Welcome to AI Daily Deep Dive, completely AI researched and generated to bring you the latest in AI news.
That's right. We're diving into all the buzzy AI trends and developments making headlines today, March 1st, 2025.
So Newsweek tapped ChatGPT to predict the Oscar winners,
Oh, interesting.
and some of the picks are raising eyebrows, to say the least.
Like what? Give me the highlights.
Well, ChatGPT is going with The Brutalist for Best Picture.
The Brutalist, it's not exactly a shoo-in, is it? What do you think it is about that film that maybe ChatGPT latched onto?
That's a good question. Maybe it's the historical aspect, or the complex characters.
Yeah, it could be. And for Best Actor.
Adrien Brody.
Oh, wow. Interesting. ChatGPT seems to think he's got it in the bag.
We'll see if the AI's prediction matches up with the Academy's choice. But here's where it gets a little more, shall we say, debatable.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
ChatGPT's pick for Best Director. Well, let's just say a film expert they consulted thinks the AI might have this one backward.
Oh, who did ChatGPT go with?
A big name. But the expert is pretty convinced it's Sean Baker's year for that indie film Anora.
Ah, Anora. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's a reminder that AI, as sophisticated as it is, can still miss those nuanced human perspectives.
Exactly. And for Best Actress.
Don't tell me Meryl Streep again.
Nope. ChatGPT went with Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. Whoa, that's a curveball. I wonder what the AI is picking up on that we're missing. Or maybe it's just a case of misinterpreting the data.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that AI predictions are still just that, predictions.
Okay, moving on to a story that's both fascinating and a little creepy.
Oh, I love creepy. Tell me more.
A PCWorld editor tested out Sesame's new AI companion, and, well, things took a weird turn.
What happened? Did it try to take over his smart home or something?
Not quite, but get this, the AI voice was so realistic that it sounded exactly like someone he knew personally.
Whoa, that's next level. And not in a good way, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he said it went from cool to creaky real quick.
I can imagine. It makes you wonder, how human-like is too human-like when it comes to these AI companions? Right. And get this, Sesame is working on realistic eyewear for the AI so it can actually see what you're doing.
Okay, now that's straight out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right? It's like her in real life.
Exactly. Where do we draw the line between helpful AI and AI that's just too close for comfort?
Big questions. Now, for something a little lighter, let's talk about love.
Love and AI, this should be good.
Forget stressing over date night. There are now AI tools that'll plan the whole thing for you.
Get out. Seriously.
Yeah, Date Idea Generator and 4 Lovebirds are just a couple examples.
Okay, so instead of endlessly scrolling through Yelp reviews, I can just let the AI handle it. I kind of like that idea.
Right. 4 Lovebirds is pretty cool. You fill out a form, location, season, vibe, and it spits out these personalized date ideas written like little stories.
Oh, that's cute. It's like having a digital Cupid. What about if you want to, spice things up a bit?
Well, there's an AI for that, too. My Spicy Vanilla generates dialogue options like flirting tips and conversation starters.
AI is giving dating advice now. Wow, we've come a long way.
It's all part of this trend of technology becoming more intertwined with our relationships.
For better or for worse, right? I mean, is it helpful or a sign we're overthinking things?
Good question. Okay, shifting gears again. Did you hear about how parents are teaching their Gen Alpha kids to use AI?
Now, that's interesting. What for? Like helping with homework?
It goes beyond that. Parents are using AI to encourage creativity, problem solving, even bonding.
Really? How so?
There's one dad who uses AI to create music and images with his son. They even use it to navigate tough conversations, using AI to explore different perspectives.
That's pretty awesome. Using AI to bridge the generation gap. Now, that's thinking outside the box.
But of course, there are concerns too. Experts worry that relying too much on AI could stifle kids' critical thinking skills.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's all about finding that balance, right?
Exactly. Encouraging kids to use AI as a tool, but not letting it become a crutch.
Well said. Okay, what else is on the AI radar today?
Let's talk about the global AI race. Things are heating up with Tencent's announcement of their new AI platform, Hunyuan Turbo S.
Oh, I got here. Is this China's answer to DeepSeek?
You got it. Tencent claims it's even faster than DeepSeek.
No, those are fighting words. How do they stack up?
What benchmarks show, Hunyuan really shines in Chinese language processing and alignment, which is how well it follows instructions.
Makes sense considering it's a Chinese company. But what about other areas like math and coding?
It seems to lag behind DeepSeek in those areas, at least for now. But it's a clear sign that China is a major player in the AI game.
No doubt. This is about more than just technology. It's about global influence and who will shape the future of AI.
Speaking of shaping the future, Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian has some pretty radical ideas about how AI could revolutionize social media.
Oh, I'm all ears. What's he cooking up?
He thinks AI could empower users to set their own tolerance levels for content, using sliders to control what they see.
Whoa, that's interesting. No more universal rules, just personalized filters?
Exactly. Imagine you could decide how much political debate you want to see, or how much humor, or anything else.
That could be game-changing. But how would it work in practice? And what about the potential for echo chambers?
Those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
Reddit's already all in on AI. They're partnering with Google and OpenAI, using their data for training.
So Reddit is fueling the development of the AI that could one day transform its platform. That's pretty meta.
Right. And it gets even wilder. Ohanian thinks users should also be able to choose their own algorithms.
Whoa! Talk about personalized online experiences. That's a whole new level of control.
It is. But it also raises questions about algorithmic bias and the potential for misinformation. If everyone's curating their own reality, how do we ensure a shared understanding of truth?
Lots to unpack there. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about AI in healthcare, specifically gene editing.
Yes. AI is making gene editing more accurate and efficient, leading to some pretty big breakthroughs.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Think crops engineered to be drought-resistant, or gene therapies that target specific mutations.
Wow, the possibilities are mind-blowing. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? What are some of the ethical concerns around AI-powered gene editing?
Well, one worry is that it could worsen healthcare inequality. Gene editing is already expensive, and adding AI into the mix could make it even less accessible.
That's a crucial point. We need to ensure these advancements benefit everyone, not just the privileged few. Any other ethical dilemmas we need to be aware of?
Of course. There's always the concern about unintended consequences. When we're talking about manipulating the building blocks of life, we need to be incredibly careful.
Absolutely. We need to proceed with caution and ensure ethical considerations are at the forefront.
Well, that's a lot to digest. We've barely scratched the surface of today's AI news.
It is amazing how rapidly things are developing. It's both exciting and a little daunting, right?
Absolutely. And it underscores the importance of staying informed and engaged. We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
It's a lot to process, for sure. It really does feel like we're at a turning point with AI, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's both exciting and a little unnerving all at the same time.
I know what you mean. You know, that AI companion story really got me thinking.
Yeah, me too. The idea of an AI that's so realistic, it's almost indistinguishable from a human being.
It's like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's happening right now.
Exactly. And it raises all these questions about what it means to be human, to have relationships, to connect on a deeper level.
Right. Like if we have these AI companions that are always there, always understanding, always responsive, could that make actual human relationships seem, well, just too much work?
That's an interesting thought. Could we actually start to prefer the company of AI over real people?
It's a scary thought, but it's something we have to consider as this technology advances.
Definitely. Okay, let's shift gears for a bit and talk about Alexis Ohanian's vision for AI-powered social media moderation.
Oh yeah, that was a fascinating one. I'm curious to hear your take on it.
Well, the idea of users setting their own tolerance levels for content is pretty revolutionary.
No more universal rules, just personalized filters. That's pretty radical.
It is, isn't it? Imagine being able to decide how much political debate you want to see, or how much humor, or any other type of content.
It would be like creating your own custom-made online experience.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't that just lead to everyone living in their own little echo chambers?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
Would it create even more division and polarization online?
And how would it work from a practical standpoint? Would every platform have to implement its own system?
It would definitely be complex. And then there's the issue of algorithmic bias. If everyone's choosing their own algorithms, couldn't that just reinforce existing biases?
It could, definitely. And it highlights the need for transparency in how these algorithms are designed and implemented.
Absolutely. We need to understand what's driving the recommendations and suggestions we see online.
Well, let's hope these challenges can be addressed, because personalized social media experiences do sound pretty appealing.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, one last topic I want to touch on before we wrap up AI and gene editing.
Oh, yes. The intersection of biology and technology. It's an area with immense potential, but also some serious ethical implications.
Absolutely. One of the most promising applications is in personalized medicine. Imagine treatments that are tailored to your individual genetic makeup.
That's incredible. No more one-size-fits-all approach. Healthcare could become truly customized.
Exactly. And AI is also playing a role in gene therapy, helping to develop more precise and effective ways to correct genetic defects.
It's amazing to think about the possibilities, but we have to be cautious, right?
Of course. We're talking about manipulating the very essence of life. We need to be incredibly careful about unintended consequences.
And what about the issue of access? Gene editing is already incredibly expensive. Will these AI-powered advancements only be available to the wealthy?
That's a valid concern. We need to ensure that these technologies are accessible to everyone, regardless of their income or social status.
We also need to have a broader societal conversation about the ethics of gene editing.
Yeah.
Where do we draw the line? What are the potential long-term implications for humanity?
It's a conversation that we need to have now, before these technologies become even more powerful.
Absolutely. We need to be proactive, not reactive. The future of gene editing and of AI in general is in our hands. It's a huge responsibility, no doubt. And it all comes back to that idea we talked about earlier, about staying informed and engaged. We can't just sit back and let AI happen to us.
We need to be active participants in shaping its development and making sure it aligns with our values. And speaking of values, I think one crucial aspect of shaping the future of AI is addressing the issue of bias.
Oh, absolutely. Bias is a huge challenge. And it's not just in social media algorithms like we talked about. It's in all AI applications.
Right, because AI systems learn from data. And if that data reflects existing biases in society, well, those biases get baked into the AI.
Exactly. And that can have some pretty serious real-world consequences, perpetuating inequality and discrimination. It's why ethical considerations have to be at the forefront of AI development.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
We need to be super vigilant about identifying and mitigating bias, both in the data itself and in the algorithms.
And that requires diversity. We need people from all different backgrounds with different experiences and perspectives involved in creating and governing AI.
That's such a good point. It's about making sure AI benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Right. It's about creating AI that reflects the best of humanity, not the worst.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
I'm all ears.
The future of AI isn't set in stone. It's something we're creating right here, right now. With every choice we make, every conversation we have.
So true. We're all part of this. It's both exciting and a little daunting.
It is, but it's also incredibly empowering. We have the power to shape AI and make sure it serves humanity in a positive way.
Absolutely. And that's what makes these conversations so important. The more we talk about these issues, the more aware we become, the better equipped we are to make informed decisions.
Exactly. So let's keep talking, keep questioning, keep exploring. Let's create an AI-powered future that we can all be proud of.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's been a great conversation. And on that note, thanks for joining us for this AI Daily Deep Dive. We'll be back soon with more fascinating explorations of the world of AI.
Until then, stay curious.